Hey guys, listen, there's been a bunch of videos going around recently on how to use aim assist with keyboard and mouse using a software called ReWASD. ReWASD is a button mapping software for Windows, a very handy one I might add. With this software, you can remap pretty much any button to any other button on your keyboard or controller, but specifically in this case, people are remapping their joystick input to their mouse movement, or the other way around. They're remapping their mouse movement to joystick input. This gives you aim assist in game because the game thinks you're using a joystick when you're actually using your mouse. Now you may be thinking, wow, that's OP. Aim assist is OP.
Yes, it is.
However, using it on a mouse and keyboard might not be as good as you would think. For all intents and purposes, this basically turns your mouse into a joystick. And when you do that, your aiming slows down. It becomes a little bit more sluggish, like a joystick, a bit less responsive. Your movement suffers because it's simulating joystick movement and not the quick, snappy input of a mouse. You don't get those snap movements or the fine precision aiming that you would get with a mouse. And the flicks, baby. In my opinion, as someone very used to playing keyboard and mouse, I have thousands of hours in Apex and Call of Duty. It sucks. It feels extremely awkward. To me, there's no way someone would actually use this on a regular basis because they'd pretty much have to learn how to play mouse and keyboard over again. And it really would be no different than just going to learn controller. It does nothing more than what a controller can already do, except for with a lot more learning curve and some extra setup. So is it really cheating? That's the question I'm asking. Is it really cheating? Well, herein lies the issue. ReWASD has recently been banned and tagged as cheating software by Warzone. You can't even have it installed on your computer or Warzone will just close down before you even get to the main menu. Ask me how I know. My main issue is that this is going to affect people who are using ReWASD for completely legit reasons, like myself. Reasons like remapping buttons on your keyboard to other buttons. In my case, I was using it for my Razer Tartarus, so I don't have to use Razer Synapse, which is absolute hot garbage. Now, in Apex, you can still use ReWASD for button mapping on your keyboard, which is nice. But if you map any joystick input to your mouse, it will kick you out of the game right away. And this is fine by me. However, this raises something that I am not fine with. People may not know this, but Steam allows this tomfoolery in the other direction. You can map keyboard and mouse inputs to your controller buttons using Steam controller configurations. And guess what? You don't get banned, you don't get kicked out, it doesn't trigger the anti-cheat, it's completely okay to do. How is this allowed if ReWASD is banned and triggers the anti-cheat? It's the same thing. Am I missing something? This matters specifically in a game like Apex where you can use dual inputs in each game. So that means I can start the game off using controller and then switch midway to keyboard and mouse. And it just lets me do that. You can do both at the same time. Unlike Warzone, where you have to choose your input before you enter the lobby. Now, without getting into the weeds, it's a whole debate in the Apex community. There are specific movement mechanics in Apex that you can only do on keyboard and mouse. Movement is king on keyboard and mouse in Apex, and controller has aim assist. That's just the way it is. Until a controller player starts to use these Steam configs in order to use those keyboard and mouse specific mechanics on top of having aim assist. This is cheating, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion.
Evan, as a controller nerd yourself, can you tell these plebs that Steam config is literally cheating?
That Steam config is in fact cheating.
There you go.
Because to do these techniques on keyboard and mouse, you have to have some skill. You have to practice it. It isn't something you just learn to do right away. And it gives mouse and keyboard its thing. It's our thing, all right? It's my thing. It's mine. But on controller, if you use these Steam configs, you literally just map the key combination to one button and you can use it repeatedly over and over and string them together. Let me show you.
Are you serious?
One's running. What the?
Holy shit!
Now that guy was on some shit.
So I just wanted to rant about this and how I'm now no longer able to use a very good software that I paid for just because somebody made some clickbait video about using aim assist on mouse and keyboard when it sucks and no one would actually use it. I feel bad for the devs of ReWASD because it really takes away from their software when people can't use it in certain games, especially if more games start adopting this and banning it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's cheating using either one of these methods, whether it be ReWASD for aim assist with mouse or using Steam configs for controller? I'm curious to know this consensus, if anyone even watches this video.